Greetings and avast and welcome to Sirens and Silver, our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure featuring, of course, these wonderful and incredible performers who have gathered here upon the high seas of Alestria to entertain you, bring a bit of joy, and have a damn good time. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hello!
Woo! Episode 1! That's right, we are here. This is it. This is the start. Thus is beginning. I don't speak any other languages, otherwise I'd throw them out there, but that's... now, guys, if you do not know who these people are, then you are definitely missing out. So I will let these incredible performers introduce themselves and the wonderful characters that are about to embark on this epic tale, starting, of course, with none other than the delightfully handsome Robert Hartley. Hi, Rob!
Delightfully handsome, even.
Thank you very much. Handsome.
Delightfully handsome. I do believe you may wish to check the bottom of your screen there. I think that we can see something below the ship that we may not be wanting to see.
Oh, is there?
Secret things!
Oh, secret things!
I've been
you mean that?
A window. A window is like half below the ship there.
Is it what window?
It's a portal to the other realms.
It is. It's the dice roller. You mean the thing that's going to tell everyone what we're going to roll as we play? Important. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. Maybe
it is.
We saw stuff. We thought there were spoilers. Maybe there were no spoilers.
I was just checking that you didn't have anything.
I feel
bad,
man.
I'm not a chicken. You're a raven.
I appreciate your faith in me to mess up my own stream within the first 10 seconds. I appreciate that.
What can I say, man?
Look, I just asked who the hell you were. Okay, that's all I've done. Okay.
I didn't want us to get deep into this and then be like, oh, damn! I can't believe none of them pointed out that I have something on the screen that I shouldn't have had on the screen.
Amazing.
Hi everyone, I'm Robert Hartley GM. I'm a Dungeon Master full-time. You may know me from my Twitch stream, my Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/Robert Hartley GM, where I do Dungeons and Dragons related content several times a week. Or you might know me from DMing Viva la Dirt League, or as the writer of the D&D Logic web series. Yeah. Any of those things or something else, maybe, I don't know. Today, and for the rest of this Sirens and Silver campaign, I will be playing Fawkes, or Captain Razorbeak, a raven folk creature who is the captain of this ship.
Fantastic.
Anything else you wish to know? My bestest of friend, Michael?
I would like to know where you bought your shirt.
Where I bought this shirt, the answer would be not applicable. I did not buy this shirt.
Oh, very well.
I stole it like a pirate.
Okay.
Arr!
That's exactly what I want to hear. Exactly. Next up, of course, a new friend to the channel, actually, because I think this is the first time we've had a show together. This is, of course, that great gentleman himself, Patrick. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name because I'm Australian and we barely speak English, mate.
It's very simple. Hi, everybody. I am Patrick Keefe. I am an actor and voice actor. I am also that great gentleman everywhere on the internet. You might know me from TikTok or Instagram or Actoroki, which recently debuted on the Gilding Light channel with Satine Phoenix and a bunch of other wonderful folks. And I, for the purposes of this stream, am going to be portraying Alastair Porter, bosun of this fine ship here, and he is a magnificent jade dragonborn.
Nice.
I don't know.
All right. According to chat, you're a little bit lower than Robert, so I'm going to push you up a teeny bit. But just yeah. No, I cannot wait to see Alastair really get into full swing because I've not shown you the boat yet, have I?
You have not.
I have not. Ooh, there's a boat. It's a thing.
All
right. Next, of course, a very near and dear friend of mine from my last Oceanic campaign, actually. This is, of course, the delightfully chipper and amazing Janet from World Anvil. Hi, Janet.
Hi, that me. Hello. Oh yes, I'm supposed to say things. Hi, I'm Janet. I do stuff online quite a lot. I am a writer. The Dark Crystal RPG was my most I want to say my most recent project. That's a lie now. So I was the lead writer on the Dark Crystal RPG. I write RPGs in general. I'm also a novelist. But my main gig is running World Anvil. I'm the co-founder and CEO of World Anvil. It is a world-building platform and campaign manager and novel writing software that I made with my husband, and now has lots of people who use it as well, which is really, really cool. And yeah, if you want to find me around the internet, you can find me at World Anvil pretty much everywhere. We do advice, world-building advice, writing advice, GMing advice on YouTube, or yeah, you can just come hang out with us. We do live streams too. We'll answer your questions. We're friendly. I really like dinosaurs.
And I'm going to say that the World Anvil Discord is one of the friendliest places on the internet right now. And big shout out and big love. I do know a bunch of you guys are in chat right now. Yeah, you know, the Anvilites have been fans of the Dead Aussie Gamer Show for some time as well. And know that I know you, that you're out there. I know that you guys share all of your love and creativity. And we here appreciate you and everything you've done, Janet. So yay.
Yay. And also, hi, Sweet Beans, and thank you for joining us today.
Next up, we have, of course, rocking the dreads for the Dread campaign, none other than the GM of Dread himself, the Dreaded GM!
Hello! Hi, I'm Josh, the Dreaded GM, also a content creator and lover of all things TTRPG, full-time GM as well. If you want to find what I do, you can check me down on Twitch. Type in Dreaded GM there, or as Dag likes to say, just Google it. You'll find me all over the place. But I love these people. I think I've played with everyone here, so I'm very excited. And not only that, I'm super excited to be playing long form. Because my most recent times are usually one shots or fiasco or something like that. So this character is going to get some playtime, and I'm very excited for it. I think the last long form character I played was 16 with you, Dag. So I'm very excited. But yes, really I'm playing Azalis. He is a pureblood UNT paladin, conquest paladin. So I'm very excited to explore that. So yeah.
It should be an absolutely amazing time. Now, before we get too stuck into today's session, number one is I'm just going to very quickly. Hey, Dread, can you pretend like you're in an earthquake?
Whoa!
All right, there he goes. I'm gonna bring Dread back, but once he's looking the right way. But while I go and fetch Dread from the abyss, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been a fan of my channel for any length of time, you would know that we have invited you not just to be here as an audience spectator, but also to be part of the Dead Aussie Gamer game. Like, you are here behind the GM screens helping us out, helping us go on this whirlwind adventure. And to do that, there are a number of ways you can interact with the game as we play live. The first way is by channel points, and if you look at the bottom of your chat bar, you can see those big dag dollary dues that you get for watching the channel and participating in all of the cool things that we do. And we have things ranging from giving our lovely players a free reroll, all the way through to summoning wild, wacky, and amazing boss battles and NPCs. So there we go. And we have a Dread. There he is. Look at him. Handsome.
Oh, I'm back.
You're back.
Look at
that. In addition, guys, if you feel like supporting the channel and feeding these lovely and hungry performers, there are a number of ways that you can add more permanent bonuses to the game as we play. For $5, you can award a character a hero point or a jinx point. These can be used in order to give advantage to rolls, petition the GM for random and bizarre things to happen in-game that may not be within the scope of the rules, or to stave off death. Yes, emptying out a character's hero points will, of course, stop them from dying. For $10, you can give the players a wheel or woe. This means that the situation that they are currently in will suddenly turn in or against the party's favor. For $20, you can give someone a nat 20, because why not? Let's have them. Give people nat 20s. And for $50, which is the grand old prize, you can create a custom magic item with me, or you can boost up a boss that they're fighting, or we can add in an NPC to suddenly be thrown into the mix of stuff and do glorious, glorious battle with these wonderful people. So there you go. Got a bunch of stuff. Now, we also have a special thing for hype trains, which we currently have. And if we get a hype train, then the group gets one, or however many hype train levels we get, that is how many do-overs they get. So in the event that they say, for example, try to leap from one ship to the other, but fail all their rolls and nothing saves them and they fall into the ocean and get pulled apart by sharks, they get one do-over based on however many hype trains. Because usually there's only one hype train in the length of time we run these games. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Audience, are you ready?
R.
Thank you.
Gar. I don't know what we were expecting.
All right.
I be ready.
Look, I was just excited.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready, except for the fact that I haven't really thought of a voice for this guy.
Yeah, I haven't got one either.
I be ready.
Well, that's
Everyone
okay.
at home, if
Allow
the
me
voice
to-
changes, it's gonna change.
Look, allow me to say that I'm just gonna get us started by throwing you in the deep end. Ba-doom. Yes, Janet.
I was going to say, I forgot to introduce my character.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I go to the bottom of the class. I am the worst. I'm sorry. I got excited. Do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, that's one point. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot before, by the way, guys. Yeah, okay. So I'm playing Swift Cadelli, who is a smooth-talking, fast-hopping swashbuckler. She is, not very feminine, but very excited about knives, let's say. And, yeah, we'll be playing the Navigator and the Cook, because what else am I going to do with all of the stabbage?
There you go. Stabbage for cabbage. That's the
Stabbage for cabbage.
the
Or
motto.
possibly
but-
carrots,
Oh,
because I'm
carrots.
playing a Harengon.
Harengon.
Harengon. Bunny person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, strap yourselves in as our journey begins. Upon the high seas of Alestria's sea known as the Sea of Dread, to the southern reaches of the Atalan Bay, along the outskirts of the Kingdom of Trist, lies a mercantile vessel ripe for the picking, and chasing after it are our lovely heroes. Fawkes, you command the helm. With your mighty arms clenched upon the wheel, you begin to take pursuit, following the winds and the tides as you gain closer to your quarry. You can see that from its actual hull, it looks to be a rather wealthy vessel, laden with cargo as it hangs deep into the water. The sails of the United Trade Union is being flown high above, indicating, of course, that they were supposed to be at least 50 or 60 miles closer to the shipping lanes. But lo and misery befall those who fail to follow their navigation. The command of the helm is yours, Fawk. You may sail when ready.
I shout to the crew. And here's the time when I have to first try out a voice. Let's go. I think something like say, "We'll be upon them soon. All hands on deck, and be ready for a fight." And then, as I hold the wheel of the ship with one hand, I will, as a bonus action, shift my clothing. You see Fawkes standing on deck in his what you see him as in this drawing here, his tricorner hat, a simple sort of a burgundy kind of loose cotton shirt, regular sort of tight breeches, and a silk sash around his waist. But he kind of like waves his hand over them, and the front corner peak of the tricorner sort of migrates down his face and covers his own beak. And covers over until he's wearing basically a plague mask with blood red lenses on this plague mask and like red stitching on the front of this black leather mask. The back two corners sort of migrate backwards and create this bone like spiky bone protrusion out the back of his head. The shirt sort of ripples outwards, turns darker and into black leather. It's fitting black leather outfit with intimidating shoulder pauldrons as he assumes his alter ego of Captain Razorbeak in preparation for his boarding of the ship, and then with his action he extends his armwards. It's hard to show on a tiny little camera, but he extends his armwards down, flicking as if there was something in his hand, but he flicks out and then there's like this this dew seeps down his feathers and out to his feathered clawed fingertips. And as it reaches the tips, the dew seems to condense into that of like a rubbery tentacle, and the tentacle grows longer, about 5 feet long, and eventually like coalesces into this, from this like tentacled form. It becomes a great sword and sharpens up at both edges, and he just holds it with one hand for now, while he's got his other hand on the wheel.
Beautiful. You watch this very terrifying transformation, one that you have all seen many times before. Azalis, you know this as a clear signal, a signal to fly the colors.
All right. So you see Azalis standing there with his arms crossed, seeing the transformation, knowing that this is definitely the sign for fighting. Azalis is a ruby red scaled pureblood UNT with accents of sky blue. He has a mohawk that is completely purple except for the fringe, which is rainbow. Encrusted in those ruby scales and that blue, sky blue scales, are emerald eyes, and on the bridge of his snake features are 3 piercings. What he wears is this heavy leather, black leather duster with a purple leather on top, and there's these heavy metal spolders on top as well, sewn into the duster. He also has these heavy gauntlets as well, and on the gauntlets themselves, you can see on his dominant hand, he has his oath carved into its form. He carries a massive glowing greatsword as well, that has bone accents into the blade as well as dark metal. He looks over to Fawkes and then yells out, "Fly the colors! We're ready for a fight!" You get ready for a fight.
All right. Manning the rigging at this point in time, with a belt that seems to be laden with various building and construction materials, is a large, heavy-set form, one that you don't often see so high off a sturdy platform. This is the form of none other than Alistane.
Barry, I swear to God, if you rip the jib one more time, it's going to be your head.
As he's yelling at several other crewmates that are scrambling about, Alistane, this hulking jade... excuse me, I just want to make sure I'm getting the Gem Dragonborn. This hulking jade Gem Dragonborn is currently attempting to climb his way and not break everything down around him, as he is doing the work of several other individuals that should be doing it themselves. You see, as everything is starting to get ready, some of the gems that encrust his maw start to prick off and charge with druidic energy as they float around his head. He is currently wearing a dirty leather brown duster that just sort of flows about him, as well as some very well-worn cotton pants, and not much else other than everything else that is on his belt. Open-chested, you see all of the different shades of jade, some that look like a darker blue cat's eye, others that are this brilliant crystalline green that are protruding from his chest like natural armor. Where most Dragonborn would have scales, he has the gems that adorn the rest of his visage.
I want to just say, amazing description, but also your green screen affectations really added to it, because at the very moment that you said that gems start to like float off of you, your arm disappeared into green screen, but your hand did not. And so your hands just disappeared and like floated around you like the gems. It was perfect.
So good.
It was meant to
Completely
be.
intentional.
It was meant to be.
Completely intentional. Yes.
Also, amazing costume you're wearing. This is the best I could do for Fawkes.
I love it. I
haven't got a plague mask or a tricorner hat. I'm sorry, guys.
Bottles for the
I will
win.
say-
10
I will
points.
say, for Alistane, you do see where would normally look like a scar are jagged cracks down his maw where something must have cut into it years ago, but unlike normal skin, it is simply just cracked and scabbed over, and there are some light, almost opaline crystals that seem to be forming within the cracks over the years.
Nice, beautiful.
As
I love the details. Now, before we move on, Pat, we're just gonna get you to turn up your volume a little bit, because I've pushed you as high as I can without blowing out my speakers. But
How's that?
I think
Is
that's
that better?
I think that's better. Hopefully it is.
Okay.
Tell us
You know
in
what?
chat if it's
I
not.
can- How about that?
That was better.
always just
Oh,
move
you gotta lean in.
The ASMR dragon.
There we go.
Like it.
There we go.
Beautiful. Now, below the rocking of the deck, within a small and very sundry kitchen, pots and pans rattling around as the heave of the ocean shifts it from left to right. We see a figure darting around swiftly. This is, of course, a pun because it's Swift.
It is Swift. Swift, of course, in the kitchen. You would expect them to be darting around, but Swift is actually sitting at the table with her feet, unbooted feet, very much on the table. It's I'm not going to say it's sanitary, but it's what's happening. She's leaning back in her chair, smoking a cigar, and just sort of listening to what's going on. So Swift is a Harengon. This is a rabbit folk, essentially. And unlike many of her kind, she's not imbued with nervous energy. So I'd say she's very nonchalant as you watch her. Her ears maybe twitch slightly. They're a sort of a reddish hue. She's a sort of chestnutty fur, with highlights of a light beige. And she throws back her green leather. How do you call it? The word is gone completely. Sorry. Her green leather greatcoat. There we go. Sorry. She throws back the side of her green leather greatcoat, pulls the cigar out of her mouth, stubs it out on the table, stands up slowly, leans her head out and says, "What have you got us into this time?"
Shout, work!
Always work, isn't it? Well,
We agreed when
All
we
right.
took you on, you'd be earning your keep.
yes, earning my keep, she says. So, where do you want to be navigated to?
I need you on deck.
She shrugs.
Making your way onto deck. Sorry, did you want to go onto deck?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So making your way onto deck as you do, the waves are kicking high and hard. Now, as the navigator, you can of course try and identify the best paths to lead you towards your quarry. Now, in order to do so, what I require from you is quite simply a perception check or a survival check as to your choosing. You begin to read the currents and the winds, taking in everything from the trajectory of your quarry to the environment that surrounds it.
Can I do the perception check, please?
You may absolutely. Please roll your perception check in the chat box and kick us off with our very first roll of the series.
Hell yeah.
No pressure, guys.
No
like,
pressure.
oh my god.
This
You got
will
it.
this will set the pace for
Not at
everything
all.
from now on.
All right, guys, pray for me. Aita
I thought
posso
it was going
pulimalaka
to
say, what am I doing here?
All right, here we go. Oh, with a 19.
Nice. That's what we want to see.
All right.
Okay, so Swift sort of leans her back against the mast, crosses her arms, looks out over the sea and says,
And there's a path to them.
"You might want to try going that way."
Some navigator you are saying that way on a ship.
Oh, you know, over there.
The large
Have
hulking
you ever
man.
navigated before?
I I can use a sextant.
The
Alistane chuckles from the rigging. I like this one, Captain. She's funny.
The ship turns hard as it begins to fly with the wind. As the sails enlarge, you begin to pull forward heavily. In front of you, the merchant ship is not doing so well. Strangely enough, they don't seem to have changed their heading, but they are moving quite swiftly. What I need now is I need to learn whether or not you guys wish to try to head the ship off or try to follow in pursuit. The trying to head it off is going to be a risky maneuver and will require the captain to make basically an athletics check to keep and maintain a series of very directed movements using the rudder, which is quite heavy and cumbersome. If you succeed with the lower DC, you can trail them. If you succeed with the higher DC, you can try to get in front of them.
Okay. And the what was the other option? That's if we want to.
Oh, that was both. Changing,
Okay,
chasing behind is the lower DC. Getting in front would be a higher one.
What I would like to do, ideally, is like get alongside, because I have things I can do with long-ranged abilities. So I'd like to be able to get like as close as I can, like up beside them. So I guess of the two options, chasing / keeping track rather than heading them off.
Sure, not a problem. All right, make an athletics check as you grabbing hold of the wheel. You begin to follow the current, moving along, trying to pull to the broadside of their ship.
So I'm proficient in water vehicles as well.
You may use that if you may use that in its stead.
Either one. I think. Let me have a look. Abilities. Nope. Skills. Oh, I'm proficient in athletics, so it'd be the same number either way. I'll just grab that then. Just grab it here, I think, and I drop it in here, I think. Hey, net
There it is.
Mama!
I see what kind of game this is going to be.
Yeah.
Hands on deck! You know the drill by now! Swift, follow our lead!
All right. Now, as you call out to your crew, now here is the first here's the first piece of how my games work. You have a group of a minion type monster that work and live in a small kind of community, very tiny community, something akin to a goblin. It is up to you as a group to decide what those creatures happen to be, and they're on your ship. What would you like to be the minions that suffice for the rest of your crew to be?
It's gonna have to not be human because we've all chosen non-human characters.
No.
It's gonna have to be something. I don't think goblin. I feel like almost animal kind. Almost.
Can we have parrots?
I feel
You can.
because we've got raven
Kobold
folk,
crew.
rabbit folk, a snake folk, and a dragon folk. So kobold crew could be cool.
Kobold crew.
Draconic.
I kind of
It's
I
so
kind of
great.
like Kobold
I
Crew.
like Kobold
Yeah,
Crew.
I
Kobold
also
Crew.
like Parrot Crew.
Parrot Crew's
could there
dope as
be a
Can we
smattering? or
merge
is it
them?
all one?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we
so-
have like feathery kobolds?
Yes. So
Yeah.
in
Is
the
that
same.
crazy?
No.
I love that.
Here's what you're gonna
Like
have.
like velociraptors.
Yeah, like
Basically, I'm putting
velociraptors.
dinosaurs in your game.
I love
Yes.
it.
Is this what I'm doing?
Very well.
Woo!
Very well. So here is what you guys will have. They are called.
I'm so excited.
They're
so
called the
excited.
Macaw. The Macaw
The Macaw.
are a.
Macaw.
Of course they are.
Yeah, the Macaw are a group of kobolds who come from the tropical islands. Many of their species have evolved large, bright red, blue, and green feathers that adorn them and their arms and the like. While they are incapable of flight, they are well known for their penchant for cracking coconuts open with their faces for whatever reason. No one knows why, no one knows how. Someone says
badass.
a long time ago, the progenitor of this particular species of kobold actually was trapped on an island where all they had to eat were coconuts. So these kobolds in particular are immune to fall damage because
hell yeah.
they literally just smash their heads against things. So yes, you have the Macaw. Now, to boot, the person that is most well known to the crew is Patches, who is one of the Macaw that speaks on behalf of the rest of his tribe that works along the ship. Now Macaw, now Patches turns and says, now I need a kobold voice. All right.
Yes. Okay. Captain, we're coming along broadside.
Man your stations, Patches. You know the drill.
Aye, Captain. Mr. Alliston, sir.
Aye.
The rigging is dangerous, if we're going to pull broadside.
The rigging. All right. Let's see then.
Can you say that one more time? The rigging is dangerous?
The rigging is dangerous.
As he says this, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yes. Okay. I understand what he's trying to say now. It was like, the rigging is dangerous. Oh, on the rigging. Shit. Second. Let me find that for you.
Oh no!
I am trying to find that in.
So if you want to make a dexterity check, yeah, it'll just be your there you go.
And
Easy.
that'll do it.
Done.
There you go.
All right. So, unfortunately, you are hit by what looks to be a yardarm that swings by and collides with basically your rather rotund.
Can you say that one more time?
Now, as you begin to fall, plummeting downwards, you do have, as a group, a reroll donated by Nog. Yeah. So if you want, you may reroll it. Or you can choose to take it.
Can I ask where you are? You're in the rigging, aren't you?
He was.
I am in the rigging. How far up am I?
Currently you are 15 foot.
That's
the
a good
trouble
question.
is that including the collision of the yardarm will potentially knock you overboard.
That is a bit of a problem.
I would like to help. Can I help?
Yes. It all depends. Alistair, are you going to use the reroll? Yay or nay?
If I get knocked overboard, is there any chance that I can keep up with... Where are we in relation to the other ship?
The other ship, you're currently behind. You are on the port side of the ship. Or you're coming up on the port side of their ship.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of distance?
You're looking at maybe about 120 foot. Your ship is currently traveling at 90 foot per round, and you are gaining maybe about 10 foot every couple of minutes.
Right, and I'm obviously going to be traveling much slower than a ship when I'm in the water, though.
Correct.
I will accept the help.
Very well. Then you may re-roll, please. And Swift, you said you wish to assist if you would like?
Yeah, actually what I'd like to do is use Misty Step.
But
I didn't want to put my face in where it wasn't wanted. So I would like to Misty Step my way up the rigging and
try and catch him?
assist. Yeah, basically.
All right, you may roll this next dexterity save with advantage,
Okay,
which you may need.
I might need.
Try that again. No, he said advantage!
Yeah, so as
That is not what advantage looks like.
So as you begin to plummet, as Swift is right there, Swift, I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw to try and catch Alistane by the foot.
Okay. I have +7 on this.
Yep. That is not going to make it, but Rykon has given you a reroll if you would like to use it.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah, let's
not have
I meant for the water.
I was going to say, welcome to my stream where the
Let me
odds are...
go. It's fine.
Yeah, welcome
This
to
is
my
what I like
stream
to
where the
call
odds are just
drama
against me.
dice.
Amazing.
Yes!
There we go.
No
Hey!
flat face.
There we go.
No flat face for Alistane today.
My
so
God.
what happens is Swift, who has been leaning against the mast, looks up and goes, "Uh-oh." and she sort of turns on the spot with a swish of her greatcoat, and as she does that, she then appears in a cloud of mist up in the rigging, exactly as Alistane is plummeting down, and she grabs him around the ankle and just holds him there.
I told you I like this one, Captain.
You're rather heavy. You may want to lay off the carrots. And then I just sort of attempt to lower him down without...
He just wraps his arms in the rigging and holds on. And just like, I'm good.
Enough!
Rushing to me.
Enough of this!
All right.
Enough of this being around. We've got a battle to commence.
Yeah. Backing up what Fawkes just said, I'll say, if that happens again, I'm having kobold for dinner. Pull it together, crew.
Sorry, sir. Oh, I'm bad.
All right.
As they start to duck and move around. Now, Azalis, you are at the front of the ship, or at least towards the forward, whatever the thing is called at the front, the pointy bit.
The fore.
Good job.
Yeah, you know what I mean. No, the pointy bit.
Prow of the ship. Prow.
Excellent. Prow of the ship. You are at the prow of the ship. When you notice something peculiar, make a perception check for me.
All right, I can do that. Get my skills up. This is my first time using Fantasy Grounds. Perception.
Correct.
Okay.
Just into the chat box.
It said only records that you can show. Sorry, give me a sec. There we go, I got it.
Yep. Here it is. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It seems as though the merchants have retreated below deck. This is a common strategy when they are facing off against a ship with, traditionally with guns and the like. Merchant vessels, which often aren't equipped with many firearms and the like, have the crew retreat below deck until they're close enough so that they can stage an ambush. You believe that the ship you will be upon in a few moments, and there may possibly be an ambush waiting on board.
Captain, they're planning an ambush. They're going below deck.
Roger. Then it's I feel like we would have a term for like different tactics that we use, whether it's like fighting across ship or whether it's like boarding and being prepared. I say like it's the boarding it is then.
Shall we smoke them out, Captain?
I'm wondering actually, is this the sort of size merchant ship that we would probably just want goods from it and then leave, or is it like, do we want the ship?
So traditionally, here is what you would know. The ships are generally quite valuable, and there is basically a hidden cove that you can get them squibbed, where you can basically have their IDs run, repainted and repurposed and sold. It means that you do need to fundamentally have the two ships operational and then take it to that island to get that done. Most pirates don't find that lucrative enough to warrant, unless it's like, a really good ship or a really amazing kind of like, oh, you will get like a big payday for this. This ship doesn't seem to be that type of ship. That being said, scuttling ships or destroying them creates what is considered to be a bad reputation. While, of course, the seas of dread, as they were, are a dangerous place to be, generally speaking, the loss of materials due to a pirate raid doesn't dissuade people from trying again so long as they maintain ships. The less ships in the water, the less likely they are to purchase to rebuild another ship.
So that said, then we would know, at least the rest of us, Swift is relatively new to this crew, but then the rest of us would know that Captain Razorbeak prefers that we don't injure civilians if possible. He is absolutely all for murdering any sort of guards or anyone who tries to fight back. Anyone who tries to injure us or put up a fight, you can go ham on them. But anyone who willingly surrenders to us is not to be harmed as per Razorbeak's rules. And we don't damage the ship in any way. We board them, we ask them for tax, we ask them for some sort of payment, some sort of fealty to us, and then we'll take what they've got and we'll leave, and leave them with their lives.
So we're running a protection racket.
Essentially,
Basically.
there's that. Yeah, essentially that's what we're doing. We're saying like you give us money or or goods, or we take your lives and make you slaves or sell you in a pirate cove or whatever. There's a lot worse things we can do than just steal your stuff.
So there's something in my oath that I'd like to explore here, and we can either do that above board at table or we can role play it out. But what do you guys prefer?
We can roleplay out.
Yeah, okay.
Agree with
So
it.
I'm all for roleplay.
let's do
I
it.
am 100% down for a roleplay.
Let's get it.
Why we're here.
So I'm gonna take as it like most of their crew have gone below decks to try and ambush or try and just protect their stuff. Is there anyone on the helm though? There should be somebody still steering, getting themselves away.
Looking around, you see a single person, a hooded individual that seems to be steering the ship.
Right. My intention then is to get the ship, our boat, as close to within 120 feet of him, so that I can be within 120 feet of him.
Very well. Make a
my
water
helm to
vehicle. Make a water vehicle check. Alistane, you where do you? Sorry, Alistane and Swift. Where are the two of you going as you see the captain is preparing to come alongside?
I will turn to Alistane and say, Psst, what are we doing?
Well,
here
there's
we
a
go.
few options here. We either await to see where their ambush is going to be, or
Yeah, I like that one. I lean back against the mast
Or-
again.
or we attempt to get them out of their ambush position before they're ready, and we try and take them by surprise in turn.
So what you're saying is they've assumed a position and we're trying to dissuade this.
Correct. Both of them involve us sitting back and waiting, though.
Excellent. That's my favorite form of action. I pull out a cigar,
In action. Right.
light it up.
How many cigars do you just have in your pocket? Just enough. I got
Always one.
You know those quivers. You know quivers for arrows. I've got one of those.
Yeah, it's an everlasting quiver. So you just filled it with cigars.
So I
and
think
do you have like
Arrows,
a
who
tinder
needs
box?
arrows?
Like do you have
Yeah, just like a little flint and steel, just like a.
just a handheld flint and steel? Okay, fancy
I
grounds.
have a
Sorry, go
I
on.
have a question as far as like what Alistane is waiting for. As we're coming up alongside the ship, getting closer and closer, is there, as ships are built, is there one particular through piece of metal that might be leading, sort of like being one of the main support beams through the hull of the ship? And is there a chance that when I get within 60 feet of it, I could perchance cast heat metal on it and heat up the inside of the ship to the point where it might be too hot for the crew and they would be led topside?
Hook 'em. I love it.
I'd say without a hero point, that wouldn't be possible because
Right.
of the amount of heat you would need.
Need to generate.
That being said, you would be able to make it uncomfortable. So, for example,
Right.
it would like the longer they stay there, the more uncomfortable it would be. But it wouldn't be hot enough to like sort of sauna, like smoke them out.
Right. And are there any weapons on the side of the ship that we're coming up? Are there any like cannons or anything like that?
No, you cannot see any cannons or
Okay,
any forms of
interesting.
weaponry on this ship.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
Oh, ignore that. I'm just
the
not on Earth fancy. Right?
Fancy
Azalis
Grounds
looks at Fawkes and goes, "Come at me, bro."
Fantasy Ground doesn't seem to have a built-in check for vehicle check.
Not a
or
problem. In
tools.
the bottom left-hand side, there is a modifier box. Just
Yeah.
type in whatever your bonus would be for your modifier, and then just roll your d20.
what base stat would it be for?
I would say your dex, yeah.
Dexterity, cool.
Yep.
My dex. What's my dex? This guy. It's +4. Cool. All right, here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Could you not?
Not 20. +4.
Again?
I'm a captain of a ship. I've only been asked to roll 2 things: steering the ship and vehicle stuff. I'm a captain of a ship for a reason.
Another nat 20. What?
You pull alongside the vessel with little to no resistance. A master of the wave, Fawkes, manages to come alongside. You bring it within 10 feet of the other ship, and you sail almost in perfect synergy. This is actually very difficult. Even matching the speeds can be quite challenging for any inexperienced helmsman, but Fawkes, you have nailed it. You are now traveling alongside this large merchant vessel. Again, only the one individual is on deck.
I will shout across to this individual. You would do wise to slow your not your descent. You would do wise to slow your path. We mean you no harm. We only wish to take what is rightfully ours. And then I'm going to sort of point out my greatsword in his direction.
As you do
Swift
so,
is waving.
something very bizarre happens. The hooded individual reaches next to the wheel and pulls forth what looks to be a longbow.
Oh dear.
I would not recommend you take hostile action if you value your life.
Taking aim at Fawkes, he then swiftly moves and takes aim at the sky above and launches an arrow.
As soon as I get the chance to, then I'm gonna attack him with what I have.
You may do so. There is a clap of thunder overhead as it suddenly begins to rain, pouring down a deluge onto both vessels. It becomes difficult to see the other vessel even from this distance, maybe it's the way he's dressed. Maybe it's the blue patterns that you can see from the armor that he wears beneath the hooded robe, but it becomes even more difficult to see where he exactly seems to be standing, though you can presume it's by the wheel.
I will pull my wheel back out to just like pointing straight, so that we're just like coasting alongside him, and I will move expediently over to the starboard side of my helm, and I will I'm right up against the sort of railing. And I will say, "You have chosen poorly." And then I will reach out my other hand, and in a similar way to how I flicked the sword out in the first place, I will flick, and dew will appear out of the feathered clawed hands, and they will, and it will form 2 different, very thin tendrils of like the 2 very long tentacles of a squid. 2 very long tentacles form and fire out towards him. I can reach up to 120 feet.
All right. Nice. Distance-wise, that's perfectly fine. However, I need a percentage chance as you fire out your shot in their direction.
All right, so I will right-click on that, grab percentage from there, and
That's really badass. Can I just say, like, whatever happens, that's
it's my
great.
it's my Eldritch Blast.
All right. Nice. Eldritch Blast manages to connect. So, I'm gonna add the individual. I'm gonna ask that you ignore his name into the combat tracker. So, if you open up the combat tracker, you will be able to see a target. You may drop your attack onto them in order to try and hit them.
In the combat, where am I seeing?
Sidebar at the very top, the 2 crossed swords.
Oh yeah, there we are. Combat tracker. That guy whose name is definitely not that guy. I will Eldritch Blast the first is.
We call him Tally. Tally.
Okay, so I have tagged my Eldritch Blast down onto one of my like hotbars so that I could have easy access to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now dragging that from there to his name, and it's not doing anything.
Did you use the dice, or have you moved the whole Eldritch Blast? Okay. You need to.
I grabbed in order to move it onto the thing. I grabbed the shield of Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so that'll open up the whole thing. What you need to do is you need to move the ranged attack that's on your character sheet into the hotbar, and then you can do it that way. Yeah.
So yeah, got it. Boom. Attack Eldritch Blast. Cool. And then I drag that onto him.
Correct.
Pow!
Yep. A solid hit as your squiggly, writhing tendrils lash out and strike the center mass of this individual.
I'll strike him with both just to see if both hit. They do.
Both will hit.
And then I will add my abilities here if I can find what they say. I'm trying to stay on fantasy ground to learn the thing, even though I would be able to find them very quickly on D&D Beyond. I have them, so I know the effect of them.
What are you?
The effect is that one of them is Lance of Lethargy, meaning that his speed is reduced by 10 feet for a round, and the other one is that it basically it grasps him and pulls him 10 feet towards me.
Nice.
I don't know if he's next to the barrier or not, but if he is, he goes overboard.
He is not next to the barrier, but
both of them slam into him. They sort of like suck on him. And then it's sort of one of them, the bottom one hits him sort of around the waist and releases like a hagfish slime, which goos up his legs a little bit so that it slows him down in his next round. And the other one hits him in the chest and deals a bunch of eldritch damage and I think cold damage as well.
Which you can drop onto the character. And as that is happening, we are going to then fly into initiative. Now, you don't need to roll initiative because it's all done.
Yay!
As if by magic.
By magic. All right.
Oh man, I rolled a 5.
Did you? You did.
Yeah, so did Swift.
Swift.
Yeah.
Grand irony.
Is that possible? Is that possible?
Wait,
I have, like,
Harangon got
Harangon's like
a
crazy
Harangon got a
amount,
5.
right?
Yeah. I've got like plus a gazillion.
What's
to
the
my...
average?
Oh,
though?
hang
'Cause
on.
it's-
Have we added the plus gazillion?
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't know.
the
And
Harangon
advantage
should
or
be
something?
much higher.
Can they? Oh,
You get to add the proficiency bonus.
Yeah, you've
twice.
got an. Sorry, so you add your proficiency bonus, which is.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think there it was added. Hold on, let me. I'll add
Things
it. I'll add it.
just fine. I'm not fussy. I'll go when I'm told. And maybe not even then.
Harangon
knowing this
are
character.
magical creatures that have high initiative, and I love them.
There you go. All right, so your actual initiative is 8.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
okay, cool.
marginally less
but
crap.
Yeah.
And I believe, I don't know, did we do that? We didn't add the initiative bonus?
What's the initiative bonus for you?
+1.
+1. Then you also get an 8.
I also have a +1.
Oh wait, no. Oh, sorry. You mean you're already at +8? You don't have an extra bonus?
I don't think so.
No, then yeah, it automatically adds all that. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, okay, then never mind. We're
All right.
good.
I know.
Fawkes,
I know. My
did we get
paladin
the
has
damage done?
0.
I am trying to work out how to do it. Don't understand. Oh, here it is. Here. Nope. Wait. No, it isn't.
All right. So if you go into your character, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fantasy Grounds. Our virtual
Damage.
table.
Damage. I think I found it. I think I found it. Pow!
There you go. Bam. That
3
is-
points of force damage.
Whoop!
Pretty sure that I can do cold damage with it as well every time I hit with it, but I can't find that. So
That's okay.
I'll just
We'll adjust that manually.
add it later if I find it. And the second one did 1 point of force damage.
All right. As the icky tendril pulls him closer and then squirts him with this hagfish gunk, the hooded individual, swiftly moves back into the rain. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to the other side of the ship. There he draws back his bow. And as he does, he is going to take aim at.
Did he go 30? He can only move 20.
Yeah, he's only moved 20. Sorry, he's let's see, 10, 20. Then
He can move 10. He can move 10 less than his usual speed.
All right, then he's going to move 10 to the other side of the wheel. As he does so, he draws another arrow from his quiver and launches it. This time at the water nearby. The ship begins to rock and move and become unstable.
Oh shit!
The
Something.
entire of your ship becomes difficult terrain while the arrow is in effect. While this is happening, one of the kobolds goes,
Oh no! Quick, grab the wheel! Who? Me? You? No, you! But we've only got one named NPC! Yeah, maybe
Bury
have
for
him
the
do
love
it!
of God.
Oh, okay!
I'm having kobold for dinner.
Alright, you, come here! What's your name? I don't have one! Jeremy!
Barry.
Gary? Is it Gary? Gary! Gary, get on the wheel!
All right, I'm Gary. I've got the wheel here. All right, this is it's a bit awkward because it's a little big for me, but I'll give it a go, eh? And you watch as Gary is now
Damn it, Gary!
Oh, I'm sorry, Captain. Sorry, Captain.
You just need to hold it stop it from moving. That's all. I've already pointed it in line.
He just freezes. All right, which brings us to Captain Fawkes.
Fuck. I ain't a phoenix.
Every time you say that name. Every time you say the name.
Every time.
I hear something else.
And now I'm gonna be hearing it every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's the joke. That's the running joke of the campaign. I love it.
Yeah.
I am so he is well within range of me still.
Yeah.
I will do my. I will first do the same. I've still got them out hanging off of my hand like whips, and then I will whip them back towards him again, and try and hit him with both. That's the first. Oh, I need to roll a percentage first, don't I?
Yes.
No, that's not how that works. This one, maybe. If we click right click, percentage, pow. Ooh, 92.
All right, with a 92, again, your blast goes through the rain and the thundering crashes towards the other ship.
That first one was a 25, was it? Yeah, I did 25 to hit, and the next one is a. No, that didn't work. I thought I'd. Oh, attack. Here we go. Yeah. And a 22.
Nice. Beautiful.
25
Both.
and a 22 to hit. Both
Again.
will hit.
Both manage to land sizable blows.
That is going to be a total of whatever that was.
6.
6 points of damage. He is pulled 10 feet towards me. His speed is reduced by 10 feet. That is my action, but then as one of them sort of slips off of him, it doesn't stick to him entirely. It just drags him and then falls off. As it hits the ground, it leaves behind like this almost like the hagfish slime, even more, just like this, in this puddle on his ship. And the puddle of his, the helm of his ship starts to warp and as if something beneath it is pushing up from right where that hagfish slime slopped down. And the wood splinters in a small portion, and this thick black tentacle comes out as I use
I have something for that.
Coolio feature of that. What is it called? Where is it? It's called Tentacle of the Deeps. I'm going to summon one as a bonus action.
Nice.
When I summon it, I get to smack him with it.
All right.
Create a 10-foot long tentacle at a point you can see within 60 feet of you. The tentacle lasts for 1 minute, blah, blah, blah. When you make the tentacle, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 10 feet of it. So I'm summoning it, so he gets pulled 10 feet towards me, and then I summon the tentacle 10 feet even closer to me, and it pulls him again. It smacks out at him again from there. I don't think he actually gets moved by it.
Very well.
But he gets smacked with it, and I need to work out how to make a melee spell attack. Melee spell attack. Well, that would just be. What's my wisdom? What's my modifier? Oh man, I'm gonna get used to fancy ground eventually.
One day.
It might be under
One
actions.
day.
It might be pre-baked for you.
It isn't.
Boo. Sorry.
Pow! Just put another nat 20.
Oh, mama! Right, he's bribed. He's bribed fancy
going
ground.
on?
Yes.
No, what?
Fixed.
That's
Fixed.
awesome.
No.
Love
That's
it.
That is
amazing.
incredible. Is that
I am,
three now?
I am
That's
on
three.
board
Three.
for this.
That's 3.
3 of this guy.
That's
Hey,
3.
I feel
I'm
like
happy playing for.
I feel like
Unbelievable.
percentage-wise, you've actually
Ridiculous.
rolled more natural 20s than anything else this game.
It's
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He has absolute hacks.
But you know what that means? Next game's going to be all ones.
Oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
terrible.
The
No, maybe
justice of the
that's
dice.
Maybe that's this character. Maybe
Which-
because I'm playing well, not evil, but a patron, a warlock to a weird patron. Maybe
Yeah.
it's like something to do with that, and the dice are like, "Ooh, yeah,
I wonder who's going to be the
Patronus
botch thing
luck.
out of this, though.
on board." Yeah,
'Cause
my dice.
One of us
dice
has to be the
gods.
natural one person. I really hope I'm not the
It's gonna
natural
be
one
me.
person. Yeah.
It's gonna
Let's be honest.
me.
With the two different rolls at advantage,
Yeah.
and I still almost fell off the ship.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
that's
me.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yes. So it is a D8 plus 3 cold damage. I can do that.
Yep.
D8 plus 3, 3 of them. D8. That is 9 points of cold damage to him, and other things. And his speed is reduced by a further 10 feet until the start of my next turn. So his
Well-
speed is now reduced by 20 feet on his turn,
All right.
You
Well, I guess
slow-mo.
he can't move.
and he was dragged 10 feet towards me.
Okay. He is now on the edge of the boat. All right.
Interesting.
Swift. It is now your turn.
Yeah. So, when all of this hit the fan and he started firing arrows, Swift will probably have ducked behind the mast. Because I was already against the mast, so I would probably just gone behind the mast. And she's been watching all of this with growing concern. She wants to live to be a very old bunny. She's not interested in dying as a young bunny. So she pulls out her musket, which she has. She actually stores loaded for some reason. And she is going to have a go. How far away are we now? This person is at the edge of the ship.
Yes, he's at the edge of the ship, meaning he's from your current position, from the mast, he's probably about 30 foot away.
Okay.
Yeah, about 10 foot across from between you and the other ship, and about 20 foot behind towards the aft of the ship.
Wondrous. All right, I'm going to fire my musket, which is 4120. However, I do need your assistance because my entire fantasy ground has gone black.
Ah,
The whole
Yes.
mini-map.
Same.
oh, the minimap?
Mine's
Yeah.
grayscale, and I can't see the tokens.
Yeah, I can't see any tokens. I've just been
I void.
theater of the mind
Oh,
the
right.
whole time.
Oh, right, that's
I just
because
void.
I moved you over to here, and I haven't shared that. map
There we
with you.
go.
There we go.
Boom.
That's a big difference.
Okay,
Hells yeah.
cool. There we go. Now I can drop my damage on the dude. That was my issue there.
You still can't see the other ship, though, right?
That
Oh,
is the
right.
other ship.
No, but he's
We are.
put.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
the other ship, so we're not on
So-
that ship.
No, it's
No,
not-
but
you-
we can hit the dude, which is all we really need.
All right, so
We should be on
technically
that
you
side.
guys are. Hold on, let me just move you guys. You guys are technically here
We're floating.
on the water.
I mean,
Floating.
I'll share the map
Michael.
with the audience in just a second. As soon as I.
Poor Dread, we're giving you so much shit. I'm so sorry.
What was that?
Sorry, Dag.
Yeah.
Michael, you did say that we were coming up on its port side, and you've just drawn us
I
on
will
the
slap
starboard
the
side.
taste out of your mouth, goddammit.
So
You've just ruined my whole theater of the mind. I was picturing me being on the starboard side of my ship with him on the port side of his, and now I'm on the other. Like, what am I meant to do? Just get a mirror? I'm gonna do the whole thing. I get a mirror and do the whole thing like this.
Oh my god, I love you guys.
It's amazing.
I am so on board on this. I love that some tables it's like, oh no, you stop. Oh no, you stop. Oh no, you're so sweet. Oh no, you're so sweet. And on this table, it's
He's
like Michael is like,
genuinely
I
moving
will
it now.
slap a bitch. I am here for this. All right,
Amazing.
I'm gonna shoot this man in his stupid face.
There.
There we go.
Unsuccessfully.
Wow, that is a natural 1.
I
Unfortunately,
did it. I broke the streak.
You
What's
became
that
the
like?
natural 1 person.
You're welcome, guys. You're
All right.
welcome.
Now, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fantasy Ground map. And behold, the ship. Yay!
Behold.
I made it. I made it myself.
Amazing.
It's so beautiful.
And here is our mysterious hooded archer.
Ooh, he's cool.
Yeah, okay, so, you take out your rifle, and as you fire through the wind and the rain and the like, it is almost impossible to get a good shot on. You have no idea how the captain managed it, but as you fire off, you hit the railing on your own ship as it cuts through the wood of a finely crafted handrail.
My bad. Don't mind me. I duck behind the
On their
mast
ship
again.
or on our ship?
Yes.
How far in between? Is it
Swift, I
15
said
feet
I'd
between us?
like to, but if you hurt my ship again.
No, it's fine. I'm giving it a character.
Amazing.
All right. Next up on our list after Swift is Alistane.
All right. So
I
we're
instantly
gonna
regret wearing this
figure out
jacket.
how to make this happen. Alistane, perturbed by the ever so slight damage to the handrail on the ship.
Sorry, not sorry.
And feeling the wind and the storm whip around him.
So, you like a little bit of stormy weather, do you, boyo? Well, why don't we bring the thunder to this party?
And is going to remove the crescent moon tipped staff from his back and point it towards the sky, and is going to call lightning down onto this poor sod's head.
Okay. Now, as you raise your staff towards the sky, the sound of the storm begins to rise. You gesture with the staff towards the poor unfortunate soul as... Nope.
No
Doesn't wanna do
lightning.
it.
No
Wants to
lightning.
make me look like a
comes
chump, it does. There's a big boom from a lightning crash.
Big bada boom.
Now...
What? So what happened there? Because call lightning is an area of effect.
Oh, yeah, and it's gonna get him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, if you... you should have a saving throw involved with that call, with your call lightning.
Yes, correct.
Now, you drop that saving throw on the bad guy,
All right.
and he'll make a save.
Let's see where we are here. This one, I believe. Did that work?
Yes, but he managed to save against your attack. So as he
so
stands,
he takes half.
as he stands within the rain, the lightning crashes and hits. As
I
it
will say,
explodes.
as the lightning is coming down, Alistane's horns seem to split down the middle and detach, and are hovering there as sparks of lightning and energy start to kind of connect them to the rest of where they once stood, and all of the tinier little horns seem to hover around the air, kept there by the static electricity that is now encasing his form as he calls down the bolt.
Nice, wonderful. Now, as this happens, he roll the damage directly onto the target. It'll automatically halve it.
Beautiful. Ooh, not bad.
12 points of damage, halved to
Nice.
6. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Immersion Diversion, our dear friend, has just given us a plot twist card, which Immersion can choose between Something Found and Sloth as the plot twist that will now impact the game in some way during today. We also have a reroll, which is now being banked from Rycon. And we have a $20 donation from Jasmine Bailey. Jasmine, if you can let us know which of the players is getting your glorious nat 20, or if you have, if you want to, you can break it down.
Probably
however
me.
you'd like to.
I need it most.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
says, don't give
that
Rob
Rob
a
definitely
D20.
needs it.
Yeah,
more
Rob,
than
you've had some
20.
fucking awful rolls.
That's it.
I've got some that are just really awful. You remember that time that I rolled like a 12? It was,
Hells yeah.
I know.
oh, me.
Awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know. All right. Natural 20 to the GM.
Yeah,
Oh!
love to see it.
No.
Love
Players
it.
will remember this.
Rob will remember this.
Yeah, amazing.
Yay! All right, I'm happy now. All right. So that lightning
You meant
bolt.
Dread GM, right?
So that lightning bolt has gone down. You still have a move action and a bonus action. Should you wish to take them?
Yes. I am going to really quick sort through this. I will get used to Fantasy Grounds eventually.
That's okay. We've all come in knowing that no one except me knows about Fantasy Grounds.
That is fine. Yes. I am actually going to stay where I am. And then as far as actions go, I am going to, if I can, if this is, it doesn't specify here, is mending in action, and as a bonus action, can I mend, if as a bonus action, can I mend the little part of the ship that Swift blew off?
Look, traditionally mending takes 10 minutes to
1 minute.
Oh, well, never
1
mind.
minute? Ah,
No,
well.
casting
It's
minutes
a 1 minute
It's
cost.
a 1 minute cast time.
That being said, for aesthetics, I'm happy to say that for a single bullet wound that you know, like kind of like
going to
you have
slightly,
what's called like a magic carpenter's cloth. It's a magic
Yes.
item that is on your person. You kind of give it a bit of a scrub and you buff out the dings on your ship. Yeah, well done. Okay. Next
It's one
up,
of those that works on people.
Yeah, exactly.
next up, it clearly doesn't because you've seen Alistair's covered in scars. Azalis.
I was taking care of
Oh,
some more
yeah.
of the ship.
All right. Let me just rearrange this so I can try and use Fantasy Grounds to my best possible ability. All right, standing in this heavy precipitation, you see, as I can't pronounce my own character's name, Azalis standing there. He's going to look over with a head cocked high and shake his head. I'm tired of this. He's going to grab his two heavy gauntlets and he's going to bang them together. And as this happens, you start to see the oath that is inscribed on his dominant hand start to glow fiery hot. As this happens, that rain hits him and it starts to hiss and steam starts to pick up off him. I'm going to cast Suggestion. His eyes will glow that like bejeweled emerald as well as he does this. All right, and let's see. And he will say, let me just. Does that work? No. Okay, is it this? Dragging the
Suggestions?
spell die to the.
The saving throw.
Okay, saving throw. There we go.
Yep, beautiful. All right, what do you suggest him?
I will say, I suggest you end this. Bring the ship closer and forfeit your goods.
All right.
Yeah,
Understood.
essentially, I'm saying this is foolish. Like we've already won.
The archer seems to be stuck in place. Tries to move his legs in amongst the hagfish slime, but doesn't seem to be able to, as the slime itself coats his legs and has been frozen solid. The archer with bow in hand looks over the deck and looks over at Fawkes, Swift, Alistair, and Azalis, a worthy series of adversaries. And, taking aim with a bow, wielding about 4 arrows in one clenched fist, he looses them towards our heroes.
Oh dear.
All right.
Oh
Let me get everyone just back on
boy.
the ship. All right. As the arrows are loosed, they fly through the air and land scattered around your deck. Each of the arrows, as they land, produce a small circular rune. Each of them glow brightly and green. When suddenly, 4 large armored individuals appear on deck.
That's not what you want. Ooh.
All right. It is at this point, now that you are up close, past and through the heavy downpour, you recognize these armored individuals. They are not merchants. They are members of the Talvaron Navy. The Navy that is trying to seize control over the Dread Seas. There was indeed an ambush, but not a merchant one. It seems as though the kingdom is once again trying to exert its reach over the free oceans. You, privateers, stand down immediately on behalf of the glory of the Talvaron Empire. This ship, its contents, and its crew have now been acquiesced to the great overlord.
This is gonna be fun.
Great overlord can kiss my privateer.
I roll, Asalis rolls his shoulders, gets ready.
All right.
I don't believe acquiesced is a word.
That's what he said.
I love how sassy this crew is. I'm up for
So
this.
all the sass. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back in my little corner here. All right. Captain Razorbeak, it is your turn.
Wrong choice! I shout to the guy that just fired the arrows, and then I turn around and whip one Eldritch Blast right into this guy that just appeared behind me. He's gonna get the one that'll slow him down if it hits.
Sure.
I can drop it onto his token.
Again.
The tokens?
Yeah.
Can I drop it onto his token? Yeah, that works. Awesome.
Yeah. No, the token should be there.
That's just gonna be a... Why did that get a plus 12? Oh, I think I added the 6 by accident. So that was just a 22 to hit. So he gets... Wham! Ugh! 1 point of cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet as he's covered in hagfish slime. And then as I've whipped round, whack him, and then whack with the other one. It goes across to the guy on the other ship.
The archer?
Yep, I need to be able to see him.
I'm gonna move. I'll just move him very quickly.
Where is
It's
he?
a new map,
There he
that's
goes.
why I thought it disappeared.
Ah, there he is. I will Eldritch Blast at this. Ah, what am I doing? I didn't mean to do that. Well, 17, I guess.
17, but I don't know what his AC is. Everything's done for me. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
his AC is 16. That will hit.
I don't know why it didn't do the thing. So he is going to take the... Why is it not dragging? There we go. He is going to take a further 5 points of cold damage, force damage, and be pulled 10 feet closer towards me.
All right, he falls.
And as I whip towards him, my wings go out, and I fly out to meet him. I'm essentially dragging him with the tentacle 10 feet up into the air to my face, right next to Captain Razorbeak's intimidating plague mask. And I say, "Wrong choice," and then I just drop him into the water and turn around.
Nice. All right, you do so.
Here.
Will that provoke from the other Navy guy?
I imagine it will, yeah. I'm flying away from him.
All right. Well, that Navy guy is going to definitely take that swing. As you pull this guy up, there is a very quick jab from behind. You feel as the cold steel of Talvaronian metal dealing the reciprocal 4 damage that you dealt to your back. As you step out, it mostly hit feathers as opposed to actual.
Few feathers came out.
Yeah.
Sent me off my game a little bit.
The archer plummets, falling into the water and disappearing beneath the surf.
As he goes, the tentacle that's on his deck before he leaves the 10 foot, because he dragged 10 feet in the air, drops past the tentacle, and as it drops past, it slams him again, or it's going to try. Tentacle. This was the thing that should have got the +6. That's an 18 to hit him.
That'll
so he'll
hit him.
take another point. It was
Look,
8
he's
plus
dead, mate. He's in the water.
Yeah, but how dead?
He's
But how
so
dead? He's gonna get so deaded. I'm gonna overkill him. That's another 4
Dead.
points of cold damage as he goes wham.
All right. As basically you pull him upwards, almost like a volleyball serve. This tendril slams into the water. There's this explosion.
Spikes.
Yeah, there's this explosion of seawater.
It's for the intimidating effect to the rest of his crew that have just arrived on my ship, and they're like, "Ooh, look at this guy."
Oh wow,
and his
this is the guy we
tentacles.
definitely need to kill.
Yep.
As
He's rolling natural 20s.
yeah, kill the natural 20 man. All right, as they all prepare and brandish their weapons, watching the archer fall into the water, they all simply say in unison, "For the glory of the Overlord." It's very almost spooky, like they've just gone, like, he's not worth saving, he's dead, and they've accepted it. All right,
God.
Swift, the first of the naval soldiers, move up the deck towards you. Sword in hand.
Oh, hey, wanna dance?
Oh, you are very swift at dancing. As a sword collides with the railing, as this vertical slash comes down and hits the armrest. As he looks in your direction, you will submit.
My lady, dinner first.
He does not seem to have a response to that. I wish I did. I wish I was more witty. I wish these guys were more witty. The second
They're sheep.
will charge at Alistane. With a colossal slash, there is a spark from your jade skin as you take 10 points of damage. Blood shed for the Overlord is blood shed in his honor. Alistane? That was you. Stab.
You stab.
That was what?
You got
You give
stabbed.
You got
Stab.
stabbed, bruh.
Yes.
You is stab.
You got stabbed.
Hey. I'm trying to find out where to mark that down, or does
Oh,
that
it's
just
already
happen
marked down.
automatically?
It's automatic.
Oh, it's already
all done. It's all done.
With
Yeah.
the magic of fantasy grounds.
Magic.
You bloody creep.
They are very creepy. All right.
Yeah.
The third steps up to Azalis.
Come on. Let's see what you're made of.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take my natural 20.
Yeah!
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
you did tempt
Appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Look.
That is
I
that
just-
is sort of unusual.
Yeah, it is. I'm fine with it,
Yeah.
though.
I know,
That's
I
the
know.
character.
All right. So you watch as he looks towards Azalis and he says, "Factoid: wielding weapons in one hand is inefficient. 2 hands doubles the impact." And he places a second hand on the hilt, and raising it above, he brings it down to bear. There's a part of Azalis that just simply doesn't wish to dodge. I want to see how hard these things hit.
Let's go.
Not very. That second guy actually hit harder, to be honest. Yeah. No, that was 6 damage. That was it.
All right, so as that blade comes down, I bring up my oath gauntlet, ting, and it rattles through my whole like plated body, and you hear the chainmail sway as well. You're not worthy.
All right, beautifully done. The final Navy officer looks over at Fawkes. Who are you still flying, by the way? What is your fly speed?
So badass.
30.
30. All right. You will need to, just so you know, that on your turn you will need to fly somewhere behind your sails, or you will be left behind by the ships, which are still traveling in motion.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. I was just flying out to meet him as I grabbed him and threw him into the water just for intimidation's sake.
Yep. So he sort of goes over like to where you are with his 20 foot, and cannot seem to reach you. He uses his second action to move over down by Azalis.
He's got enough speed to do that with his.
Yes, with his
yeah,
penalty.
cool.
What
reroll
about
for
you?
Dag.
You gonna be worthy? Come on.
Unfortunately, Jazz, you can't make me re-roll a nat 20 because I didn't roll. So, but appreciated. So that's two. That, by the way, that is 2 re-rolls banked for our lovely party. All right, which brings us to Swift.
So I have a Talvoran Navy guy, right? The one that just tried to slash me and slashed the ship instead.
Yes.
I look at the ship and say, "Whoop, Alistair's going to be mad about that." And I draw my rapier, and I'm going to, I'm going to attack. See what happens. Ho ho ho!
Yeah!
I say, let me teach you a little dance. I like to call this the bunny hop.
All right.
Very nice.
As you do, what does the bunny hop look like?
So it's not really a bunny hop. I'm using my swashbuckler charisma, which is how I gain myself some extra attack power. So the swashbuckler is a rogue archetype, right? So I'm using the sneak attack damage. Except I'm not sneaky. I'm like center stage sneak. So a lot of the swashbuckler is powered by charisma. So often things that will be said that do not necessarily make sense, but are swashbuckler thing. It's a swashbuckler thing, is what I'm telling you here.
You don't need to. You the actor don't need to be as charismatic as your character. You don't need to be as quippy as a person who's spent their whole life being quippy.
No, not
Yeah, exactly.
You can just pretend
potato.
that Swift said something super relative.
All right, you watch
Super relevant.
You watch as the armor around his heart begins to crack.
Oh.
Let me do some
Aw.
damage. I get another +6 on that. Hang on. There we go. So that is 16 damage.
16 damage. All right.
I think.
A massive blow hits the armor of this guard. He begins to bleed, but you notice something peculiar. His blood seems to have these sort of like kind of like reddish swirls in it that kind of glow in and amongst the blood that stains the floor now.
Ooh, pretty.
And in addition, you seem to cut loose a strap from his side, which drops a bag to the ground as we play our plot twist card. Something found.
Yay.
Oh yeah. I would like to use my bonus action to grab that, if I may, please.
You may, absolutely. You swing down and you grab the small bag. Within the bag, you find 2 healing potions. You find some smelling salts. You also find a scroll with a symbol of the Talvaron Navy emblazoned on it, but the wax seal has been cracked open. And you find 3 gold pieces, which is actually quite impressive in this world, because I use silver as my main currency instead of gold.
Ooh. So, I've just realized that I can use rabbit hop. So I would like to use rabbit hop as part of that bonus action. So the way this is going to look is I'm going to, you could tell me if I'm allowed to do this, I'm going to swing down, grab the thing, and then hop 15 feet in the air and grab the rigging.
I'd say you'd have to do that as a move action, which is perfectly fine. It will provoke an attack of opportunity, but because bunny hop, I believe, doesn't, you are able to get away with all of that at no cost.
As a bonus action, you can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus without provoking it to opportunity attacks.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Only if my speed is greater than 0. My speed is greater than 0.
It is, yes.
Yes, I am
So,
swift. Cool, okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna swing down, I'm gonna leap up, I'm gonna grab the rigging with one hand, I'm gonna look down at the guy and be like, huh, he looks smaller from up here.
He turns upwards, sword at the ready, looking like he's ready to fight you, but he can't climb because he's wearing full plate.
Ha!
Alistair.
So I am bonus action going to use Essence Tap. So you see the electricity that had been holding Alistair's horns aloft start to turn into sort of this dark green miasma that hovers around him. As essence tap. As a bonus action, I can draw on a reservoir of life essence to empower myself for up to a minute. And I am going to use Withering... I'm going to change that to Withering Strike, which when I deal damage, I can change the damage type to necrotic and ignore resistance to necrotic damages.
Nice.
So you see the crack in where Alistane had gotten cut across the face. That miasma starts to seep out of there as well.
You boys look a bit warm in that armor. Why don't we turn that temperature up a little bit further, eh?
And I am going to cast Heat Metal on the person who has already been damaged by Swift, if I can.
Yep, that'd be the one just north of where you are, towards the front of the ship.
Everyone that just saw me do a little happy dance, that was because Patrick's using heat metal. I love that.
Sorry, as I am looking around
Yep.
in actions, we've
Like all standing.
metal, beautiful, and I can just drag, and then, so yeah, that's the one that's in front of Swift, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, the one to the north. Soldier 1.
Soldier 1.
Oh,
Oh, damn. Yep.
dare you?
Nice.
You watch as the armor begins to sizzle. Little pops of steam erupt when the rain starts to hit the metal, and there's this kind of very painful hissing sound and the smell of cooking meat. However, the very bizarre thing is these people do not seem to react to the pain of the metal burning and eating at their flesh.
Telepathically, because I can do that to Swift and Azalis, I am going to transmit through my with my psionic capabilities.
Something doesn't seem quite right with these folk. This is a bit odd and disturbing, don't you think?
Are we allowed to reply?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean?
I'm going to say that's an understatement. I call down from the rigging.
They're not moving, they're not twitching, they're not even reacting to anything that we do to them.
That's no
This is-
fun.
I'm getting a weird, queasy feeling about these folk.
Perhaps we're not hurting them enough. Again, you can hear that Zalis is getting really hyped up.
All right. Well, it is Azalis's turn as
All
he
right.
says these very poignant words.
Let me see if I can bring the pain. He's going to reach back and he's going to grab his greatsword, and as he brings it around, you start to see it push out that glow because it's a moon touch sword, greatsword. So he brings it forward and he's going to hold it in front of himself and then look at the first one that wasn't worthy. He's going to say, "Let's do this." He brings back the blade as wide as he can. He actually brings his foreleg up so he can get as much weight on the swing as possible. And you can see his mohawk get whipped with the rainwater. He's going to bring down his moonlit greatsword and try and hit. You channeling divinity using a guided strike. So that's a +10 to the roll. But I'm also going to use my great weapon master to -5. So I still get a +5. And I also have a great weapon master as well.
Before you roll that, as you do so, as a reaction, these soldiers use an ability unique to them called Phalanx. Because they are adjacent to one another, they impose disadvantage to Azalis as he swings downwards. As you take your blow towards one of them, the other steps forward with the shield, and they both interlock.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay, so I think I've got this right. 17.
A solid hit, but it misses the mark, hitting against the bulwark and crashing. You watch as the light, the rain itself actually clears for a moment around the impact zone as you bring that to bear. But the two soldiers actually get forced to their knee as this massive blow hits. But as you pull the blade up, the shield seems dented, but hasn't gone through.
Looking down, being disappointed with the result of the blow, he's going to say, "It wouldn't be fun if it was easy." He's going to bring it straight back up and just lumberjack down.
Against the same target?
Same target.
Damn.
Is this
Okay,
a disadvantage as well?
No, because that only works for one attack.
Oh, okay. So is this one going to be, since they're on their knees, are they technically prone?
No.
Okay, cool. Just us.
Boo. Worth a try.
Exactly.
It's true. It's always worth a try. It's always worth
I am going to -5 as well for this one. Oh man, -1. Okay.
-1 to attack. Now,
Yeah.
There is a house
As the
rule.
Mohawk flips forward, he gets hit in the eye from the rain, and he misses to the side.
So there is a house rule that I do have for anyone who rolls in the minuses,
This-
and that
This
is
this isn't actually a minus because you said you -5 from Great Weapon Master, but you didn't add your modifier to hit.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You've
Then
just
you-
done. You've just done it. You've just done the
it's not
flat
actually a
D20
minus. You know
-5 from the
And
Great
then that
Weapon.
means that I actually +5 before. No, that's fine. Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
think it's fine.
Yeah, but as long as it's not a minus, that's fine. My house rule
Yeah,
for
okay.
the -1 is a catastrophic failure of some kind.
Yeah.
So this is the only way that things like weapons breaking
Okay.
and stuff like that happens in my games is when
So
you
I've
get to negatives.
You know what? It's because I'm using that special action that we made the other day with it, which is the 0 die, which automatically minuses the 5 for me.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so you okay? Yeah.
You know what? That previous attack with disadvantage would have hit.
Would it?
Yeah, because I actually had +10.
Ah, okay. Well then, yeah. If
I assume it hits. A 22.
22 will hit. Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well then, yeah, okay. Then should we retro or should we just reflavor it?
We'll reflavor it for the second attack. So you land the hit in the second attack.
Okay, sick. So this will be immediately +10 damage. On top of whatever I roll here, I am going to be using a level 2 smite, which means that the action that we made the other day hasn't actually got in here. So I'll roll one more d8 after I do this to this guy here. I get to re-roll those 1s and 2s on the longsword, and there's 2 1s there, so I'll re-roll these. There we go. Okay, so it's 7 plus so 15
So
plus
plus an extra
12
6,
is
so 28.
27. Oh no, wait. So I rolled a 7 on that, so it was 7 plus 8.
Oh, plus
Because
5,
the and then plus one more d8 as well. Sorry. There we go. Plus another 7
Okay, total.
because I used a 3rd level. Total will be 15, 27, 35.
Done. That
Full slashing
guy.
radiant damage.
That guy goes down like a sack of potatoes. As you chop
going.
as you chop into him, the armor shatters and breaks. The pauldron is discarded from his shoulder as you cut and cleave through his chest. He falls to the ground, and as he does, all 3 remaining, the fallen serve the Overlord. They're
Hells
yeah. They basically enchant in unison towards the sacrifice.
Hells yeah.
Can we
now,
see inside of the armor if it looks like what we would expect, or if there's something off about like any of the organs or viscera?
The viscera, yes. As you look at the blood, as previously mentioned, it seems as though there's this glowing red substance that seems to be flowing through the blood at the same time. But the faces are people. They look like humans, etc.
Right.
So I'm not done yet.
How dare
Just so you know, I have my Great Weapon Master. I brought the creature to 0 hit points, which means I get to make another attack. As a bonus action. I'm going to stand there covered in whatever gore came from me slaying that creature. I'm going to cock out my chin nightmarishly. I'm going to look down at the other one with this death glare. I'm not done. I'm gonna bring the other blade down as a bonus action. I will -5 on this one.
All right.
Let's see if I hit. Oh no, it's gonna be a 7.
All right.
Unfortunately.
You swing and it does not hit. You collide with the floorboards with your heavy sword. As more wood splinters away from beneath this.
No, I don't want to do that.
Well,
okay. We'll see what happens.
Look, it's either that or you can start chopping away at the mast.
I love it.
As always. For the love of God.
All right, Captain, my captain. It is your turn.
Love it.
I will, just as he's dropping and I'm turning around to face the other one, I'll say, "May the bodies of my enemies be sacrificed to your insatiable hunger." Down towards the water as his body splashes down. And then I'm going to reach out my which side? I'm going to point out my...
Oh, can I take that for a second?
Yes.
All right. As the body falls into the water and you whisper your incantation, from deep below the ocean, you can see this glowing turquoise light that begins to emanate. You can't see anything substantial, but the shadows begin to twist into almost like a vortex of tendrils and tentacles. As you watch the silhouette sink into the dark, there's a few flashes from the light. The first flash shows the figure sinking. The second flash shows the tendrils encircling. The third flash shows a ball with just a human arm jutting out of it. And then the last one, the shadow disappears and the light fades from the ocean.
And every time that there's a flash, if for instance this was a film with an ECU of my face flying there in the rains going down over my mask, you would see that my eyes, which are sort of a glassy deep ocean blue anyway, which is slightly unusual for my species, they flash with the same sort of turquoise. And then I will point out my summoned packed weapon towards the tentacle of the deep that's on their ship, and it will lash itself up, and it will sort of lash itself around my sword, and then almost like it's almost like looking at an earthworm or a leech that you're not quite sure which end is which. It will sort of pulse its way up, what's that word of the act of... it will undulate its way up the sword across my chest as though I'm like a leech that you can see the transference of blood through my chest. And then it will extend out of the other arm as I use my bonus action to move my tentacle of the deep. I will use my speed to fly down onto my ship, and then I will land... am I seeing the wrong map here? I'm seeing the very... Oh, no, here it is. I will move down with the 30 feet of my movement. I will catch up as best I can to the ship. I'm not sure how you want to do that with me flying behind, but
the ship hasn't had its action to push forward yet, cool. So
I'll
okay.
just I'll slam it down here. I'll put the tentacle. I can't ping like on Roll20, can I? I'll put the tentacle down. Yeah, I'll put the tentacle down right in that little gap between all three of us here. And the tentacle will make its bonus action attack against that soldier there. And that will be it'll be a Schlapow!
So
Did it do the
tentacle.
thing? I thought it did the thing, but it didn't do the thing, did he? No, it doesn't want to make it an attack. I'll just drop it into here and you can tell me if it hits.
Bam.
12 now.
Nope, that will not hit. As it does strike in its direction, he uses the shield and parries the large tendril.
I will... am I considered adjacent to him here? I'm not sure how your squares work in this particular thing.
You can, because you're flying,
Can I make a melee?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because you're flying,
cool.
you can fly from above, and yep, that'll be in melee if you would
so
like.
my bonus was to move the tentacle onto my ship, which takes root into the it's sort of like it roots into the smashed up floorboards that Azalis has just created, and starts to thrash around, whips out and slaps against his armor, but doesn't seem to damage. But then I will, with my action, take 2 strikes with my packed weapon, both-handed, and I say, "You're right. 2 hands are better than 1."
Nice.
And I'll come down with 2-handed great weapon.
which is going to be a smack. Nope. Son of a gun. All right. Great sword. Here we go. This one on to. I'll tell you what. If I pin it to the bottom there. Perfect. Here we go. This should work. That should do it.
Very nice. Your cephalopoid greatsword slashes and cuts into the armor. You only need one. He's fine. I don't think he's gonna live through a second one.
I will overkill him.
Well, better to overkill.
I will kill him, and damn it, I'll kill him again.
All right.
What's
First
the main
one
rule?
is that much,
Double
and
tap.
the next one is that much.
Oh, maybe you didn't. Oh, it's the other one that's injured. Never mind. Ignore me. Pfft, yeah, this guy's fine. All right. So as you use your greatsword, more of that strange glowing blood sprays over the mast and then is washed down by the rain. The soldiers. One of them sees Swift in the rigging and takes his blade immediately to the ropes. I need a reflex save from a dexterity save from Swift.
16.
You swiftly grab onto a still secured rope as you watch it sort of swing down. As you grab and sort of basically it almost looks like you're doing aerial silks. Like you barely seem perturbed by the actions of this one lone soldier. He seems to follow you from underneath like a shark, trying to get at you, but he can't reach. Alistane, the one next to you, takes an affront to you and decides to drop a longsword attack, grabbing one end in reverse and the other end by the pommel. He tries to place his weight to thrust it directly in towards you, but as he does so, you kind of very quickly parry it to one side, and once again, you see the blade dig into the banister.
Just Alistane's head like looks at the blade and then just slowly turns back, fury in his eyes.
Oh, now you boys are definitely meeting the deep today.
Oh, yep.
Love that line. You know what? You can have an inspiration for that one. I like that. In fact, I will give an inspiration to everyone, actually, for the next little bit. Because I think everyone's really kind of coming into their own for their characters today. And I'm very impressed with that. Very impressed.
Let's go.
Peristalsis was the word I was trying to find. The peristalsis. It's the action like how food is moved through your bowels. Like it pushes down on one and sort of squeezes it sway along.
I love that.
Peristalsis.
I'm going to put that into my must-use.
That was disgusting. All right.
It was intended to be.
I was going to say, he's waving tentacles.
Gross tentacly warlock shit.
Yep.
He is Blemma.
Love it. Love that
right.
HP Lovecraft.
This individual takes his blade and drags it into his chest, stabbing himself with the longsword in front of him.
Okay.
Wait, what?
He begins to fall to his knees. As he does, you see the armor begin to swell and crack.
Oh no.
As he says, "Death is glory by the Overlord's eye. Glory to the fallen!" As the others chant. Swift, it is your turn.
Wait, that was soldier number 1.
That was soldier number 3.
Oh,
Number
okay.
1 is still kind of traipsing around underneath you.
Excellent. Excellent. Like shooting fish in a barrel, which is what I'm going to do now. I grab my arm through the rigging to reload as a bonus action.
You kind of like put like the bullet in your in your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Er.
Yeah. There's a one of those going on, and then I sort of just stand there for a second, swaying slightly, taking into account the swaying of the ship, the swaying of the rigging, the swaying of the guy I'm trying to shoot. Oh, Oberon, I hope this works. And that's it.
The shot rings out.
No, I just dropped it on the board. Sorry, let me try that one more time.
Drop it on the guy.
Without my idiot boots. I
Or
shall...
were they made for walking?
They're made for falling over. And rolling threes. That's what my idiot boots were made
Don't
for.
think that's
Rolling
what they're made
threes.
for.
You do have inspiration.
I shall use my inspiration.
Inspired!
Inspired.
Oh,
I
you-
add 6.
No, that's bardic inspiration. This is a regular inspiration.
Oh,
so you can
sorry.
Just roll an extra attack.
Oh yes, let's try that. That's better. Sorry,
That's fine.
Oh, jeez, it's not like D&D could have chosen any other word than using the same exact
If only-
word for two completely different things in the game.
But did you
Like
know
they
that,
did with
um,
levels, spell levels, character levels,
you
the
know
levels
in,
of a room.
You know, in Pathfinder, they
Distortion
call them
levels.
hero points instead of.
Shut up, Dag.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so that would be a more successful attempt.
Hero points.
As I am standing there in the rigging, I'm about to shoot, and then I'm inspired, and I wait just a second longer, and then I shoot.
All right. As you do so, the bullet flies and collides straight through the forehead of this dude, and he hits the ground and splashes.
Does it damage
down.
the ship?
No. This time the bullet did not have an exit wound.
See, Alistair, I didn't damage it this time.
This thing smiles and nods. This time, little lass, this time.
All right. Alistair, it is your turn.
All right, so the one that just died is the one that I had my heat metal on, so that drops. That's fine. No longer holding concentration. That is good. All right, so all right, so the two people left, are they're within 15 feet of each other, correct?
Correct.
All right. So Alistair is I don't have a witty one-liner for this. I was going to say something, but it was going to be mean about Swift's cooking, and I don't want to do that.
That's okay. Take a shot at me. I'm taking shots at everyone. Some of them are hitting.
Oh, okay.
Bring it, bitch.
Hey.
All right, Miss Swift, let's see if they like your cooking as well as they've liked everything else we've thrown at them.
And Alistair is going to deeply inhale and unleash his breath attack at the two
Nice.
that are left.
Nice.
May I just say it will smell faintly of carrots.
Yes, and it does.
Just carrots in
indeed
everything we eat.
with
Yes,
the,
that's mainly what we eat.
We're
is
like,
carrots.
we've been at sea for like 2 months.
As the
Where are you still
withering
getting
strike
carrots?
is still in effect, and the necrotic blast breathes forth. It does smell ever so slightly of carrots.
I love it.
All right. I have this,
Let's
maybe?
see how that works, because I'm not sure, because it's
All right.
listed as a feature and not under one of my actions, oddly enough.
Ah, here it is. You ready?
Yes. Oh, love that. Big fan of that.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see a dragonborn with a carrot breath weapon, but there we go.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
slightly orange.
Indeed, man.
Exactly. Ever so it's like purple and orange.
All right, so they have to make a saving
complementary
throw.
colors.
Now, do you?
Yes.
Does it allow you to? Do you have a pre-built thing into it for it?
I do not.
All right,
actually.
what's the saving throw?
Saving throw DC equal to 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Let's find out. Oh God.
If it's 13, then one guy saves.
All right. 8, 9, 10.
Should be more than
Plus my
13.
Proficiency bonus.
Unless you've got a 2 in your
What's your con?
ability.
Plus it is 13. He meets it.
He meets it. All right, so he'll halve.
Beat.
So roll the damage in the chat box, and we'll see what happens as the necrotic damage erupts over the deck. Thankfully, however, in my world, necrotic damage and radiant damage do nothing to objects, So the ship is perfectly
Yes.
safe.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, so that's going to be 3d8. So,
I'm gonna go with 3d8 plus 1 for a rogue carrot.
I did the wrong thing here. Hang on.
One of them is allergic.
Yes, one of them is
It's
definitely.
just it's like firing icicles, but like carrots.
Why did it have to be carrots?
Tiny frozen carrots of death.
All right. Sorry, how much damage was
Baby
it?
carrots.
I had to roll them individually because for some reason my computer wasn't letting me do the multiple select.
Okay.
So
that
4,
is-
3, and 7.
Okay, so that is 14, 15.
Yep.
So
15.
15 points of damage to number 1 and 7 points of damage to number 2.
And which
we go.
one of them is currently inflating?
That would be number 1.
Great. I'm gonna move as far away from him as possible. I'm gonna come.
Oh, sorry, number 3 is
Come right
inflating.
up.
My apologies.
Yeah,
the
the
number
one.
down
Number
next
3
to
is
the tentacle.
inflating.
One down.
Then I am going to retreat back towards
Mist Swift
All right. You move back.
as we square up against each
I'm
other.
15 feet in the air.
Prepared against.
Look,
And
he
I'm
didn't,
it's just
say,
sort of like
he didn't
feet
ask
above
where you
you.
were. He said he moves up to you.
I did.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. You may move your token over to
I'm
Mr.
not
Swift.
I'm not going to hide behind you as this thing explodes. Potentially explodes. Yes, the big tough dragonborn hiding behind the tiny little rabbit. I
Yes,
feel
we-
like that just wouldn't help.
Meat shield. Okay. We then go to Azalas.
Wait, meat.
All right, so this one is exploding.
No.
By the looks of things.
What? Exploding?
It's
Why?
inflating.
Why do we assume that they're going to explode?
I'm gonna look up to Fawkes and say, "You got this."
And sort of like make motions to like you see my wings start to tuck back as if I'm gonna swoop down to him.
All right, I'm gonna whip back my mohawk and I'm gonna look at the one that's near near Alstein. And we're going to provoke opportunity attack. Break base contact.
He does not take one. His sword is embedded in his body.
And again, just like a just bring back that great sword and just do a big swing up. I'll manage the 5 again. Okay, but I'm gonna use advantage
Nice.
because let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Nice.
That's
A
what we like to
solid
see.
hit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's gonna be a level 2, so I'll have to re-roll the radiant damage, the extra dice as well. Okay. Oosh. All right. That is.
He
I'm gonna
is dead.
re-roll those. Oh, he's dead. Okay, cool.
And he's gone.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
cool. So just destroy it.
Oh yeah. The upper slash basically rips off an arm and cuts off most of his head. As it flings through the air and lands, you see more of that strange colored blood pool onto the ground.
Hells yeah.
Um,
GM. I still have movement left, and I'm gonna see if I can move over here and do something, perhaps throw them overboard.
oh, make an athletics
that.
check.
Yeah, sick.
I like that.
You can see me flying down to him, so maybe you just help to get me over help me with mine, because I'll be about to grab him as well.
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
so what I'll do is I'll come down and I'll replace I'll make the attack, but I'll replace the attack with a grapple. So I'll just grab and just hoist him up with full strength, and just push him out towards Fork.
All right, Fork. You have advantage if you are trying to. Yep.
So yeah, my wings tuck in behind, and I land down behind him. I grab him under the arms now that as Alice has picked him up. I grab him under the arms as he's inflating out, and I say, "Your overlord may have competition." And then I'm going to try and pick him up, and so I have gone down behind him here, and I'm going to try and pick him up and fly him over to the edge of the ship and dump him in the water.
All right, athletics check with advantage as Azalas, you are kind of pulling him upwards as Fork, your wings are pulling and
Now,
fighting against the weather.
Got it. Advantage, athletics, and then that should roll with advantage, maybe? I think. No, it didn't.
There's
why
a
didn't-
bottom thing down there with a little button that says ADV.
Yeah, I clicked that before rolling athletics, and it didn't roll the thing with
did not?
advantage.
Unless you have disadvantage for some reason.
Oh, there we go. It did
No,
it.
I didn't. Oh, I did.
23.
Hey, there
Dropped
you
to
go.
12.
Yeah, that was it.
Aye.
Yep,
Did it?
23.
Nice.
All right.
So as I presuming that works, as I drop him in the water, I say, "May the bodies of my enemies be sacrificed to your insatiable hunger."
Again, you watch as the
That's one way to say grace.
you once again watch as that thundering
Amen.
light continues. But this time, as the body hits the dark mass, it sort of gets ripped in two, and then you actually watch as it gets brought down. But then there's another brilliant red and white light that happens, and initiative is over. Now,
Boy,
You eat greats didn't help at all! I yell out to the kobolds.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. We're still developing our characters. Once we have them, we'll know where we
take
are.
the ship to Loftus, Alice. It's fine. They're doing their bestest. Aren't you, boys?
I'm going to. I'm
Other
immediately
non-binary
like
folk among you.
same like motion as I'm dropping this guy. I'm just going to keep going in that direction towards their ship, and I'm going to try and get on board their ship as soon as I can and like slow it down at their helm.
all right.
Dear.
It is not difficult to get aboard their ship. As you recover from the ensuing battle, you begin to make your way across the deck, and you can see that this was never a merchant ship. Very few things remain here that are kept outside of a very Spartan-styled vessel. That is, of course, until you head down the flight of stairs. There you can see a variety of hammocks and the like, which again match the Spartan aesthetics, but one room seems to be filled with just all of these like silks and comfortable cushions and the like. Now, as you enter, the door creaks open as you pull your entrance into the next chamber.
Just want to say, just so it doesn't become a problem later, before going downstairs, I would have hit the lever to lower their anchor, just try and slow this ship down.
The ships have all come to a halt.
Just want to say, in case it's like, oh, you can't get to him because you're on your own. Like,
No.
I've slowed the ship down so that they get these guys can then put the board across.
And I'll say,
You guys have all successful.
Bosun Alistane, bring us closer.
Continue.
All right. Now, inside this room, you see this figure. What appears to be a rat folk, wearing an eye patch, sporting a sling over a broken arm, blood trickling from their nose, bruises around their eyes. But still, however, in the lap of luxury. No shackles, no chains. They seem to simply be sitting behind a large golden desk. Well, gold inlaid desk.
I bring the great sword out in front of me, and I just stick it point down into the wood. And being that we're now in an enclosed space, sub deck, the tentacles run down my arm. The dew that turns into tentacles, and it runs the length of the sword. And then the tentacles kind of retract again, and behind is now a rapier, which is much easier to fight with below decks than a big swinging greatsword. And I say, this ship, its contents, and the crew therein are all now property of Captain Razorbeak. I demand to know who you are.
He goes to try and stand, but finds it difficult to do so. You can tell from his manners that he seems to be quite an elderly rat folk. Anyone who wishes to, that is accompanying Captain Razorbeak on board the ship, may make a history check.
I would be definitely there as well, if we're allowed to board.
Yeah, of course. Everyone is allowed to board.
We're allowed to
The
come.
kobolds,
I'd come.
the Macaw are very easily able to handle the ship's maintenance. All right. Nice rolls there. Anyone else?
Yeah, I tried. I bang jaxed it. Sorry. No, come on.
Yeah.
Any day now.
And
Would
who
like
else?
to roll?
Alistane.
I'm doing my best.
If you're having trouble dragging it, just double click it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we didn't know that worked. That's cool.
Well. There we go. I got it.
Huzzah!
A whole lot of build-up for a very little payoff.
All right. Well, actually, Alistane, you are the only person who does actually recognize this individual.
Well, never mind.
As he announces himself, his name confirms it. He says, "Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Doc Snapper. Dr. Snapper Charles." As he says this name, Alistane, you are given pause. In the high seas known as the Sea of Dread, there is another nickname for this region of the sea. The Sea of Dren. Named after the dread pirate Dren, who had terrorized these oceans for over 3 decades during his long and rather blood-covered reign. The first mate aboard that ship was a vicious cutthroat by the name of Snapper Charles. And this elderly rat before you is the infamous first mate of that very same Dren.
No. The Snapper Charles.
You know this man, Alistane?
I know of him, to be sure.
And I'll relay what you have just...
He was first mate on which ship?
The ship of Captain Goldfist, the infamous pirate that is pretty much the reason why gold is actually no longer traded in this region of the sea, because anyone who had gold was very swiftly murdered for it by the one crew, led by the one captain.
You don't say. Goldfist's first mate.
You vanished years ago, and you pop up here in a merchant ship.
Yes, and needless to say, it's quite a story. And one I'd thank in the form of a passage back to land, if you'll have me. You're welcome to anything aboard this vessel.
And what be you the reason for you why you are being transported without iron clapped around your wrists?
Well, the Talvaron believe me to be an honored guest, because they believe me to know the whereabouts of Dren's last treasure. And
then a valuable crewmate you may become.
As he says this, we pan out towards the open sea. The rolling islands, the large tropical jungles, and somewhere buried deep within one of these islands, you see an entire chamber laden with gold. With so much gold that you could build a small city from it.
Or which island did the camera zoom in on? Just real quick.
That one. And ladies and gentlemen, that is where we're going. That is where we're going to end today's session. Thank you.
One more.
Thank you so much, everyone, for taking part in today's session. I hope you guys had an absolute blast. Now, we normally do this in a very speed run kind of way, so we are going to do a speed run. We are going to go with memorable moments, which is a derivative of favorite moments, which of course was coined by our lovely Dread. Memorable moments are where we share our most memorable moment from today's session, but also use that opportunity to share any thoughts that we have, as well as promote each of these individuals and the amazing places that you can find them. So, Memorable moments. Let's start in reverse order this time with our lovely Dread, because I know what I'm doing when I ask Dread to go first in these things.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to ruin the speed run. So, how many am I allowed to give? So,
I will get look. The max I will allow is one per player. Like
one
as in,
per
you
player.
Can, as in like
Okay.
you can compliment each player once. That's it.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, I mean
That's the
gonna be
max,
hard.
Dread.
It's gonna be hard. Okay, cool. Well, let's start with reverse order. I will say I am continuing to for self moment, continuing to explore characters that I'm not really used to playing. So playing a sort of like gruffer, antagonistic sort of character is uncomfortable for me, but I'm learning a lot, which is a good thing. So I'm proud of myself for that. Let me bring up the order here. Okay, yo, Swift is amazing. I love her so much. It's just right out of the gate. You can think chewing on a cigar. If you go back and watch me, I'm so happy to see you chewing on a cigar. And then like the swagger was just all throughout your portrayal of Swift, and I'm so excited to go on an adventure with Swift. Alstein, that voice, I got to hear it in the green room, and I was like, oh my, yeah. And like, I gotta say, I loved it so much, and we get to play again a continuous story, so I'm very excited for that as well, because I know you have 7th sea chops, so like seeing them is like amazing, and I can't wait to learn more about Alstein as well. Rob, my gosh, I'm so excited for a Warlock story, because you're already like dropping hints and like little tidbits of Fawkes, and I'm so excited.
I want to point this out. There's no subtlety that this is a Warlock story. I mean, just putting that out there.
You can't have a subtle Warlock story when you're only going to get 12 episodes.
It's so good,
hit the ground running.
I'm there, and I could definitely feel the camaraderie from first mate to captain as well, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, I cannot wait for more. What can I say to the amazing GM? By golly, yo, I'm so excited to play in this world, for one, but at the same time, the Telvarian are like so interesting, especially since they're into like, you know, like they killed themselves, they honor for the leader, and like them are about to explode. They shoot arrows to change the weather.
You know what? I'll give you a little something at the end of this if we can get through the memorable moments swiftly.
Hells yeah, it was so dope. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play in this world. I'm so excited to see more. So,
Janet.
Oh god, one each, right? Only one each.
No.
Okay.
One each is a max. You can just go with one memorable moment, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Trying to limit it to one each is going to be the challenge. Holy crap, the tentacle action from Fawkes. I can't even. You have brought Eldritch to a new level of utility, and I am on board for it. I love it. I love the way you've gone with that. And just the way that you bring it to the table as well, the descriptions with which you bring it. Pat, your attachment to the ship is just everything. Everything it should be and more. I already feel like the naughty child who's afraid of like getting the floor dirty around you, and that is exactly where we're at. It's just incredible. The moment the dreaded GM's oath lit up, chills everywhere.
Yeah.
I was stuck between two moments. Because on the one hand I was like, whoa, and on the other hand I was like, whoa. So I was just like frozen in my seat, because I both wanted to fall back and like know exactly everything that was happening.
Thank you.
And Michael, you have a way of pulling together a team of lunatics like no other. But my special moment for you is entirely selfish. You put dinosaurs on my ship.
Yes.
You heard it here first, yeah. Macaw velociraptors. Thank you for making parrot velociraptor kobolds. I am living for them. I needed them in my life. They are the mischief I never knew I needed, and the fact that they break the fourth wall is just even better.
Oh yeah, you know what? Well, I mean, again, like one thing I made very clear, at least to my players as well, is that this game is for these guys. This game is being made with these guys in mind. And yeah, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say that. Yeah, of course I don't have that stuff prepped. Do you know that it was supposed to be just these 4 people on the one ship until Pat turned around and said, I yell at some people. I'm like, what people?
Yeah, that's why
I guess-
that's why I was gonna be like, okay, how many people are on this ship then?
Yeah, I
Because we got a
guess
yes and.
I was in the same boat.
Because
I
it
was
was
like,
just going to be the four of us on a relatively small boat.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess there's people, and then I was, yeah, that's where that came from. So again, that's the nature of it. So if you love if you love that format and you like seeing this sort of stuff happen, and you're not gonna be too judgy about me not knowing stuff, yeah, you're gonna have a great time here.
Hells yeah.
But thank you, Janet. Pat.
Hi, I'm sorry. I did not, totally didn't realize. I was like, whoops. Oh, no. I kind of thought, we have, the background crew. It's funny.
yeah.
It's just some things. And then we have dinosaurs now, which is just awesome. So that's, yes, I'm gonna snag that one from you, Janet. The fact that there are velociraptor kobolds running around our ship.
So
is
good.
pretty damn fantastic. I will say, to you, Mike, big props for yes-ending me in that moment. You did not need to flesh that out any more than just me yelling at somebody, and you took it and ran with it, which is just...
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
World building on the fly.
Yeah. For someone being first time at your table, just the production and the your ability to just continuously move things along was awesome. For Janet, the willingness to just keep using those rerolls until we could finally catch me, and then what you didn't know.
I got you, buddy. I'm not gonna let you fall.
Well, here's the funny part about that, and the thing that really just makes it great, and what you didn't know, and what I didn't know until right after that happened, is that Alistane can fly. I have an ability as a gem dragon called Gem Flight, where my gems align into wings connected together by energy.
Maybe you just had a
for
little bit of
about a
performance
minute.
anxiety as a dragon with
Alistane
flight.
can 100% fly, so that was fun to find out immediately after we finally figured that
That
out.
was so good.
Robert, just all of the incredible descriptions that you gave to Fawkes and Razorbeak when the mask came down, and then all of the eldritchness, and then Dread, the terrifyingness that is Azalas is just it's wonderful and creepy and horrifying, but also I just can't wait to interact with him more. He's just so much fun. I can't wait to see what else you bring to that character.
Hells yeah.
Beautiful. Rob?
It was alright. I'm not sure I've got any fun. Who to start with? Let's start in the corner for me. Janet. I really loved Swift's how we decided right before starting how long we've each known each other and who's sort of newest to the crew and all of this, and we decided that Swift was going to be the only one that's new to the crew, and we picked her up at the last port a couple of months ago at most. And the way that you just immediately, as if we'd planned and rehearsed that, you were just what's going on? I'm up the top deck shouting about all hands on deck, and you immediately I'm downstairs smoking a cigar with my feet up. It's completely against the captain's wishes. Just being what do you want?
Good.
What do you want from me? I've said all hands on deck. That's a very clear order. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess. And then you shrug and walk up to. It was great. Just the embodiment of the role. Let's mix it up. Let's go, Alistane. I loved the character. I loved your descriptions were really. I can visualize the character. Every time that things broke off from you and hovered there as magic and lightning and things between, fantastic descriptions. And then of course embodying that in the voice and the manners, and you can see again similar sort of thing. It's we'd rehearsed it, we've actually spent time on this ship, the way that you were just well, my job as bosun is this and this and this, and I see the ship getting damaged and I'm rubbing it away, mending, just. Yeah, you embodied the role really well. Dread, I really love that you've got away with writing Salazar Slytherin backwards as your name.
Yeah.
Is that intentional? Is that how you come up with the name?
Maybe.
100%.
As a snake person, I was
Maybe.
I wonder how he came up with that. What does it read backwards? Oh, Salazar. He's gone Salazar.
I'm known to flip things around sometimes. So
No, I love that we have started with the relationship of the like with you at the end. They're just been like looking up to me for last second confirmation. Like, you got this. It helps to have that sort of crew role. It's great. And then Dag, just the story is fantastic. Throwing us into a fight is I think a combat is always a very fun way to begin a thing, because you get time between when it's not your turn to be thinking about like to get your shit together essentially, and to like think about who your character is and how they would be reacting. You get some downtime when the camera's not on you, as it were, in a fight, that you don't if you're just thrown into roleplay and you're like, I'm not really sure who this guy is yet because we haven't really managed to play them yet. So starting us off with a fight was a very good idea.
No, thank you.
And when it was just one magic archer, I was like, he's obviously got more in store, but he's gonna have to bring it out quickly because this guy's gonna get annihilated.
Yeah, you did not give me much chance to, because that guy was actually the quote unquote captain. He was, because he was the toughest and he was the only one who could survive like a barrage from the group.
Yeah.
And he had like, that's where the trick arrows came from. So the one thing about the oh no, I'll tell about the end. But anyway, I digress. It'll go straight into my favorite moment, which is Fawkes' command of battle. Fawk. What the fuck?
Not a phoenix.
Fawk.
I'm actually, whenever I need to remember it, I just think of an actual.
Look, there's only so many Harry Potter references I can keep in one stream, okay?
We're magical.
Jesus. All right. Anyway, so Fawk was a absolute machine. I loved the as Janet said, the embodiment and the descriptions and stuff like that. But more importantly for me was like you wasted no opportunity to be able to show exactly why this is your character's element, and I think that comes from your vast experiences and you're just excellent command over D&D in total. So it's always a pleasure to be challenged as a GM, but also to be able to just go back and forth with not only the roleplay stuff but the mechanic stuff. It's an absolute pleasure to have you around the table, and to do a long form thing is going to be like amazing. I just can't wait.
It certainly did help that like the first things that you asked me to roll about, like why, like captaining the ship, were both nat 20s. So it's like, okay,
yeah,
I got this. He's on track to be like, we can see why he's the captain. If they'd both been nat 1s, then suddenly the direction changes of being like, why is this guy the captain if he can't steer a ship?
Yeah. And like it'd be really funny if the Macaw were better at captaining than you.
Yeah.
After everything.
Hey, captaining's all about delegating.
No, absolutely. I'm
steering the ship.
I'm actually gonna steal Noria's favorite moment here and say that Swift, my favorite moment was honestly just like how laid back, how chill you were in the face of everything. Like that, like when the rigging was cut and stuff like that, and you were just hanging out and like with your like one arm loading the freaking bang, and just blowing these guys up. It was like, the thing about a swashbuckler is finesse. And I think both you and your character embody finesse so beautifully, and it's always wonderful to watch. So yes, I was taken aback by just how awesome your character was during today's game. Dread, my dude, my guy. I'm not gonna lie, your character was terrifying, and my favorite moment, even though it didn't do anything really, was that big old heavy honking whack-a-mole, like you like the way you described like him putting all of that weight into the one hit was just so masterful, dude. And that's why even when the attack missed, I could not just have it whiff. You know what I mean? I was like, no, it's there. The shield is buckling. They've gone down to a knee. You know, like that wasn't me. That was the weight of your performance. Guiding me to do something extra and something awesome. So that was very cool, dude. And Pat, first of all, welcome to my channel. Welcome to
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
And honestly, like, and I'm gonna humble brag here. I'm gonna say there are very few people out there in the world who get recommendations from Jameson Stone to come and play on tables. And I want to point out, Jameson's one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. If he says something, I listen, right? Because he's just absolutely delightful. And honest to God, he said, Michael, you need to run a game with Pat. And I was like, what game? I don't have a game. I like have nothing. What do you want from me? And
That was our introduction. He's like, so
there's a game. Yeah, and that was it.
Literally just grabbed the two of you into a private convo and then exited the convo.
Then exited it. Yeah, it's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what happened.
So I was like, you know what? I've been sitting on Sirens and Silver for a while, and I put it off because I had so many events. And then I was like, maybe I should leave it till next year. But then when Jameson came up and said, hey, you need to meet Pat, I met Pat. I got to talk with him, and honestly, dude, I was not disappointed for a single moment that you have been on this table. Everything from the mannerisms of your character to how you were portrayed to the way that you inspired me to actually do stuff like create the kobolds. Thing is that there are a lot of GMs out there who don't respond well to that, who might turn around and be like, oh, actually there aren't any. But I'm never that way as an actor. It's always yes and it's like, okay, there are people here and they are velociraptors, Janet. So you know. For me, it's a mix of things. It's both this is my favorite moment and a sincere thank you for going on this journey and just being so receptive to our style. Because obviously with the others they've played with me before and they know what I'm like. But as someone coming in brand new, it's wonderful to see that you fit in. You're just here. You're part of the furniture now.
Can I tell you that I, like, while we were playing, I was like, oh, this is only 12 episodes.
Look.
And then when you were like, and this is where we're going to wrap up, like, I thought that's where we were going to take a break. I was like, we're going for another 2 hours, right?
We're
like,
going, right? We're playing more, yeah.
I was going to end on the reveal.
AM for me.
AM.
Well, look,
I'm still good to go for like another 2 hours.
Look, we keep them nice, short, and sweet, mostly because we have, because as we are all content creators, you know, there are a million shows out there at the moment, and I want you to make sure that you in the audience never miss a single one. So we're keeping it nice for you guys. Now here's the one little tidbit for those people who stay through favorite moments. Actually, one moment. Let me set the mood here.
Mood is being set.
Oh.
As our heroes are busy aboard the other vessel, the Macaw begin to slowly take away the bodies from the deck of their ship. As one by one they start to toss them overboard, one of the Macaw, just out of curiosity, reaches down and tries to pull one of the helmets off these soldiers. As they do so, it seems to be wedged, stuck on. 2 or 3 more of them quickly grab hold and yank the helmet free. As they do so, you see what looks to be an aquatic elf with nails dug into their skull. The inside of the helmet has spikes, each attached to a series of runes wrapped around each of these spikes like bands, placed onto the head, not to be worn, but permanently affixed to the skull of the wearer. The armor in a similar fashion. You watch as one of the Macaw, very foolishly, places it over his head.
God damn it, Gary.
And that is where we are actually going to leave today's session. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Amazing.
As we are now going to go and raid none other than our dear friend Tales of Pesh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to be signing out for that, I'm going to give everyone a quick shout out. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be sure to go and check out Robert Hartley GM. This is the guy that you want to go check out. Check out D&D Logic on YouTube, the funniest show that I have honestly seen regarding D&D in a long time. The finale was epic. Can't wait for season 2. I am literally waiting to book a plane ticket just so I can go bug Rob to be in season 2. You also check out Viva La Dirt League D&D, where you get to see Rob busting out his DMing chops. And over on his channel, he does breakdowns and behind the scenes because that's Rob. We then have That Grey Gentleman, where you can find him on Instagram doing all of the wonderful and amazing stuff. Very inspiring words. TikTok, sorry, my apologies. TikTok, where you find all the inspiring words and you get to see Pat in all of his beauty because he's a beautiful man. Janet, of course, the delightful mind and talent of 2 parts behind World Anvil, the wonderful world building software for all of your world building and collaborative needs for anyone trying to get into or developing their own campaign setting and world. And lastly, but not lastly, we have the dreaded GM himself, Twitch streamer extraordinaire and wonderful, generous soul who is behind many wonderful and amazing games and fundraisers. And I've been Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face, and you can find it here every day of the week, basically. Just stay here. You'll find it. And we're going to go see Pish. All right. As always, from me to you, game hard or die trying.
Yarr! Yarr!